During Chinese New Year, Chinese movie studios roll out their biggest in 16, Stephen Chow's offbeat comedy The Mermaid shattered box office records. It has one of the best police interrogation scenes ever put to film.
美人鱼，不是左和右，是上和下。它上面是人，下面是鱼。头呢？美人鱼啊！
2018 saw the double whammy of Operation Red Sea and Detective Chinatown 2. Operation Red Sea is a patriotic war film based on the true story of the Detective Chinatown 2 is a slapstick adventure comedy with some, questionable humor.
红茶大哥就会骑下你啦。
夏天悄悄过去，留下小秘密。
Science fiction with Chinese characteristics. It's a bold choice to make a hard sci-fi film in an untested market like China, where fantasy and action films reign supreme. But it's a blessing for cinema when a culture takes on the task of science fiction. The challenge is to not only predict the future and the challenges we face, but also to critique the discussion. It should be applauded. Like America in the 50s critiquing the futility of the Cold War, French cinema's psychedelic fantasies, or Russian cinema turning the genre towards thoughtful introspection. China has made a film that stares down the very real threat of global annihilation in our time. "2019 sees the release of a new type of film for Chinese cinemas. Its first big-budget, hard science fiction blockbuster based on Hugo Award-winning writer Cixin Liu's novel, The Wandering Earth. The sun has started to die, and humanity has just 100 years to find a solution. Instead of trying to fix the sun and having a hot, sweaty movie like Sunshine, the Earth's population straps giant engines to the Earth and says adios to the solar system. Thus begins their 2,500-year mission to a new star in a literal interpretation of spaceship. The Wandering Earth is a film about hope. The globe has united to solve a singular problem. Corruption and regionalism is a thing of the past. There's a scene where in global catastrophe, that old world thinking will not be tolerated. Hope for the future has won out over petty personal gains. But then catastrophe strikes. Earth is caught in Jupiter's gravity and is on a collision course with the gas giant. Earthquakes ripple across the globe, killing millions and shutting down thousands of Earth engines. The sequence is shockingly violent and shows the deadly peril the world is in. For the rest of the film, the story barrels forward at a frantic pace as our heroes try to divert disaster. A ragtag team tries to restart the engines, while a lone astronaut on the command station tries to fight a rogue AI that appears to have gone full HAL 9000. However, it's revealed that the AI is functioning normally, and it is the United Earth government that has chosen to abandon the Earth and send the space station onward with a seedling of humans to settle on a distant planet. The central dilemma is it better to save a select few humans, or should they risk everything to save 3.5 billion lives still remaining on spaceship Earth? In the real world, we face a similar dilemma. As climate change gains speed and the oceans rise, will we decide to save a select few with the wealthy and privileged hiding behind walls and barbed wire, or will we take a risk to save the world at large? Overall, the special effects and production design is pretty great. However, in classic sci-fi style, they had to have at least one future technology that is patently ridiculous. In the future, you can't just have a regular steering wheel. It has to be something futuristic. The giant trucks our heroes use to trek across the frozen planet is controlled by holding a metal sphere that doesn't seem to have any handles on it at all. I'm not really sure how this functions better than a steering wheel. This movie is also interesting for its lack of any American presence. Oftentimes, Chinese films will have a token Western movie star in the cast. Most famously, The Great Wall starred Matt Damon, and he took a lot of heat in the US press for some reason. Something about cultural appropriation or the white savior cliche. Personally, I think it was a load of bollocks. In China, they were super proud to create what they considered to be a world-class adventure movie. They even had one of the planet's biggest stars in a leading role, just to have the cultural gatekeepers in America slam the door in their faces. Who am I kidding? It wasn't that great of a movie. But it wasn't Matt Damon's fault. Leave Matt Damon alone. The cast of The Wandering Earth is 99% Chinese, with a few Russian and French actors thrown in, plus a half-Chinese, half-Australian blonde Chinese guy thrown in for comic relief. But conspicuously absent is any American presence. Strange to see, since Hollywood is notorious for having Americans single-handedly saving the Earth. In the real world, of course, America is shirking its responsibility as a global leader, becoming more isolationist and backing out of the Paris Climate Accords. Now more than ever, the rest of the world understands its responsibility for shouldering the Earth's fate.
我同意。
即刻返回休眠单位。
Первый раз отсюда выходим, думаешь, получится?
会的。
Overall, I thought the movie was pretty great. I do think you should check it out. If you like science fiction, especially from a unique international perspective, I think it's worth seeing. Please hit that little like button down there and don't forget to subscribe.